every single time I moved, I felt very invalidated. I would have chosen to stay in what I saw as a very idyllic situation when I was 9. Um, I don't actually, to be honest, I don't recall an invalidation when I moved when I was 3, but I would have chosen to stay in that my perceived utopia of the horse farm when I was actually it was 11 when I moved.
In this video, we will show you the central part of our technique called deep subject clearing. In this technique, we can take up any subject that the client finds stressful, bothersome, or emotionally loaded. We can take up charged subjects like fear of cats, my horrible school experiences, fear of flying, and even depression. And burned out feeling. We can release all the stress and reactive charge the issues contain for the client. We approach it with a series of open-ended questions called buttons. The client tells what comes to mind, and we can pick out the charged elements and moments and release the negative feelings, thoughts and impulses, and any distress therein. The following is a real session. The client has brought up the issue of moving house. Throughout his life, he had always held a strong aversion against moving. Using the series of prepared questions of general nature, he brought up a number of incidents. Here are some examples of open-ended questions. On moving, has something been suppressed? On moving, has someone expressed their opinion? On moving, has something been invalidated? On moving, has there been a conflict? On moving, has something been protested? Etc.
Okay, so I'll just continue our questioning here. There wasn't any particular, you're only 3 years old, so there wasn't a lot of emotion connected to it. The 3-year-old's experience there, was there any emotion connected to it on your part?
I think I was confused. My parents explained why this was really a problem, and I didn't understand, but I understood that they were upset, and I would say confused. I don't recall crying at the time, but then again, I don't recall, actually. I may have.
So if we look for this sense of confusion, can you contact that? Can you get the feeling of it?
Yes, definitely.
Right. So get that confusion.
Yes.
Very good. Get that confusion. Good. Get that confusion.
Yes.
Right. And just sit with it and get that confusion. Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Is that difficult to keep it separate from sadness about where my country is right now?
All right. So Yeah, we had that up in previous sessions, so remember it. So we'll just include that as a point here. So we go kind of a little bit back and forth. So get this sadness. Very
Mhm.
good. And again, get this sadness. All right. Get the sadness. Get the sadness.
Yes.
Very good. And this sadness, is it sitting somewhere in your body or space?
Yeah. Throat.
In the throat, yeah. Okay. So just leave your fingers and hand on the throat there where you experience it, right? And get the sadness. Can you feel something happening in the throat?
No.
Not now, right?
I definitely feel the sadness, but I don't feel anything
Yeah, it kind of lifted.
changing my throat.
I see.
It's located in my throat, but I don't feel a change yet.
All right. So get the sadness. Watch out if any thoughts come out. Can be very simple thoughts, like I'm sad. Would be a very simple one. Could be like that.
Okay, beginning to discharge maybe.
Yeah. All right. So get the sadness in the throat.
Okay, it feels very moving a bit. Maybe up to my head a bit,
Yeah.
but it feels like it's discharging.
It's discharging. That's good. So again, get the sadness.
I don't know how to express this, but it feels connected to a sensation that I have sometimes that's very reassuring to me. And I don't understand why those two things go together. I really don't. Um, it feels like I feel it discharging, and I feel all of a sudden I feel the sensation of this is okay. This is transformation. You're used to transformation. You can deal with it.
Hmm.
But yeah, at the same time, I mean, I got to be honest. Part of that emotion is very current, um, and it's ongoing, and consequently, yeah, I think one of the big challenges in American life right now is not being paralyzed by our emotions, and because there is a tremendous amount of just mourning about what's happening where
Hmm.
America is right now, and
You mean
and
the political situation and so on?
yes,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Uh, but apparently, we're dealing with the kind of the somatic side of it, and that's going very well, I believe, as you are discharging something of the emotion here. So it's very good that you're talking about it as well. But I will focus on the somatic of the sadness,
okay,
and you just talk whatever comes to mind. That's great. That's part of the process, so to speak.
okay,
And we still want to go back to your childhood at some point when this here is more under control.
okay,
So get the sadness of the current situation, whatever.
yes,
Very good. And again, get the sadness.
yes,
Very good. Get the sadness.
Yes. And that time, it felt like a connection to the discharge, which I find very manageable. Um, and the discharge is a somatic discharge. Yes, I can definitely, it just, there's kind of like almost a buzzing right here. Buzzing
Mm,
is kind of a wrong way to say it, but I think it's an analog to what I feel. Maybe it's more of a tactile sensation,
yeah.
but it's a very subtle tactile sensation. And that feels very manageable to me. The sadness here is a little bit, yeah, I feel that. I mean, I still feel it. My country is in a terrible place right now.
Mm,
And I honestly am not sure what to do.
yeah.
But
Right.
yeah, I,
So, so we'll keep this up. That's how I can help you
okay.
discharge this. And we'll include the sadness, which was the confusion, 3 year old, because that triggered it somehow.
Okay.
So at least
Hmm.
we'll check it out. So I see, get the confusion, 3 year old. How does that seem? Can you get that again? You can. Great.
Yes.
So get the confusion, 3 year old. All right. Get the confusion, 3 year old.
Yes.
Good. And get the confusion, 3 year old.
Yes.
Very good. And now get the sadness, current situation.
Okay. That seems much more manageable. It's still definitely there, but yeah, it
Yeah.
presents as less of an overwhelming and more of a you know what to do about this kind of type
Mm,
situation.
mhm.
Um,
Has it changed in some way? I mean, I understand what you're saying, but to something else than sadness, to anger, to whatever, fear, optimism.
no, not exactly. In terms of where the emotion is, I would say more of a process feeling, more of like feeling of being feeling resolute, feeling like this ends if we don't allow it to be here.
Hmm.
Um, More of a process sense, and somatically, it's less here and more toward my ears, maybe.
Mm. All right. So just report what's coming up, and I'll just keep kind of pushing the same buttons here.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So get the sadness, 3 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Get the sadness, 3 years old.
It's much smaller.
Good. So on a scale from 0 to 10, what number would you give it?
3, maybe.
Yeah. All right. So get the confusion.
I would say 5,
Right.
maybe 6.
Yeah. It's about, yeah. Okay. And get the confusion.
Mhm.
Good. And notice the charge was buzzing somewhere. So just get the confusion.
Okay. And interesting, I don't usually have visual sensations, but I just had the visual sensation of going through a tunnel where I could see light illuminating that tunnel very, very much. And then
Hmm.
it was a very fleeting, like, and I don't see it now. It was very
Hmm.
fleeting. It was only for maybe a few seconds.
Great. So get the sadness.
No,
So,
I don't feel it anymore.
great. And
Interestingly, I feel a kind of a pain at my liver. It resolved very quickly. No, it's
uh,
there still.
yeah, right.
It resolved with a breath. That's that.
Okay, wonderful. So the original confusion, how was that?
I remember it, but I don't feel it.
Great. That's exactly what we want. The energy has lifted, and there's just a memory about it left, right? Right. Okay, so that's very good. So let's return to the main kind of line here that was moving and these open-ended questions. So I'll move on to the next open-ended question I have. So regarding moving, someone expressed their opinion.
A lot. People have always told me that I'm not very adaptable with moving, and it's true. It hurts to hear it, but it's true. Um,
Mhm.
yes, I would say so. When I had a difficult time moving from Ohio when I was 9, I was 11. I don't know why I said 9. Um, and my parents tried to help me as much as possible, but they eventually both said, you're being very stubborn, and that, of course, I didn't help. But then events kind of overtook that, and it wasn't my focus anymore because
Mm.
I got sick. Um, and
What did you say? Did you get sick?
I had a very, yes, I had a very poorly defined, poorly diagnosed seizure disorder in my young teens. So that became my focus more than living in a different place.
Mm.
And yeah,
All right, very good. What's happening? Did something resolve? Or
I'm sorry, say it again.
I just wondered if something resolved for you there. Maybe it didn't. Then we'll just move on, so you don't have to go deep into it.
I don't feel that as a problem right now. No, I wouldn't say so.
All right. So regarding moving, has someone expressed their opinion?
As I was basically being forced to leave San Francisco due to economic clearing, um, I recall talking about it with friends and feeling that it was very focused on my own ability, my own inability to have enough money to manage in that situation. And to some extent, I felt it was very reflected on me.
Mm.
And it's true. Um, I could have managed that situation if I had made another $20,000 a year, but I wasn't at that time. And I did feel very, very judged, but also very self-judged because, yeah, ultimately, that was a function of my own choices not to have a conventional job. I think the job I had at the time was community mental health, so it was very poorly paid. Um, and yeah, yeah, oh no, I was unemployed at that time.
Mm.
So of course I had no money.
Mm.
Um, and very underemployed, and I had no money.
Mm.
Um, wait a second. Yeah, I was very underemployed. I was very underemployed. I was
Mm.
working in community mental health back then. Yeah.
I see. Yeah. All right. So regarding moving, has someone expressed their opinion?
Excuse me a second.
Mm.
I would say um, Yes. I recall having a conversation with my then boss at the time in 2017, um, where we were discussing my commute to work in San Francisco from where I live now. And my boss said very, very judgmentally, and my boss was much younger than me, and she had not had the life experiences that I had. And I felt very judged when she said it. She said I would never ever have moved to a place where I had to commute so much. And my initial response was that, well, I had no choice.
Mm.
This is what happened. This is how the wave function collapsed. I am where I am. I basically I moved where the wind blew me because that's the power I had then. And so I was quite angry when she said that.
Mm.
And yeah, it's like, I don't like having my choices questioned. I don't like having my failures thrown back in my face either. And
Right, of course not. All right. So regarding moving, has someone expressed their opinion?
well, I'll just tell you one thing I noticed. It's not really an answer to your question, but I'll just tell you something I noticed. And that is a lot of these opinions are opinions that I've put on me.
Mm. Oh, yeah. Yes.
And
Like, did some spectacular opinion come to mind?
um, no, it's kind of a continuation of what I said before, that
With the boss and the
if
job?
I'm if I were more financially secure, I could have managed those transitions a lot more easily. Of course, when I was a little kid, I wasn't more financially secure. I was the same as my family, basically. Um, but certainly as an adult, it made a difference. And when I say, and this happens to so many people in the metropolitan area I live in, that people just go where they go, not where they choose to go, because it's so expensive here.
Mm.
Beautiful, but expensive.
Yeah. All right. So regarding moving, has someone, sorry, regarding moving, has someone expressed their opinion?
Nothing additional comes to mind now.
Great. Right. So we'll move on here to the next question. So regarding moving, has something been invalidated?
Oh yes, definitely.
Mm.
Every single time I moved, I felt very invalidated. I would have chosen to stay in what I saw as a very idyllic situation when I was 9. Um, I don't actually, to be honest, I don't recall an invalidation when I moved when I was 3, but I would have chosen to stay in that my perceived utopia of the horse farm when it was actually it was 11 when I moved.
Mm.
I would have chosen to stay in San Francisco. Um, I Yes, I definitely felt invalidated each time.
Mm.
Mhm.
Right. So is that a definite emotion, feeling, sentiment?
There are a few emotions, anger,
Anger?
and very
Uh-huh.
specifically the two that most spring to mind are when I was 11 and
Mhm.
forced to leave the utopia that actually wasn't when I heard about it objectively later. Um, and the time I was forced to leave San Francisco, I would say that's the two most difficult for me. Um,
And what was the
I
feeling when you left San Francisco? What was the feeling there?
A lot of anger, tremendous anger, and anger, frustration, powerlessness, invalidation. But honestly, I think mostly anger. Felt very angry with that.
Right. So we'll take it up as a list of feelings, and some of them may be the same thing twice.
Okay.
But just indicate if they apply or don't apply.
Okay.
And so I also want to start out with giving them a number that is between 0 and 10 for
Okay.
intensity and stress value and so on.
We have gotten into the action of deep subject clearing, and the client can bring up the original emotions when asked. This shows us the emotions are accessible and can be discharged. We use our special technique, repeat and tell. The clearer will repeatedly say, "Get that feeling." The client will introspect and experience it once more. Each time some of its energy will discharge. Details of the scenery may flash by.
So how would you rate the anger?
No, I would say a 7 or 8, maybe 8.
Yeah,
Let's go with 8.
right. Was it the same anger leaving San Francisco?
Yes.
All right. And then there was frustration. What number would you give that?
Let's say 7.
7, okay. And we have powerlessness.
I would say pretty much the same, maybe 8 or 9. Yeah.
Yeah, all right. And then we have the feeling of invalidation.
No lower than 6.
Right. So we have some quite strong feelings here. And I'll just take them each line. I'll check 3 times. And then later on, I may do it 1, 2, 3, 4. But let's start out
Okay.
doing it a few times here. So get the anger originally at 11 and also at leaving San Francisco. See if you can get that anger contacted.
Yes.
Right, great. And get that anger.
Yes, it's
Right
maybe
there
maybe here, maybe my thymus, maybe. Yeah.
in the upper chest there. Right. And get that anger.
In my throat too, I would say, between those two, maybe. Yeah.
All right, great. And get that anger.
Yes.
Very good. Get that anger.
Very somatic. In my head too, very much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Very
So
strong.
it's very strong, but it's kind of more liquid now, moving around more.
Yes, it
Right.
is.
Okay. Get that anger.
Yeah.
Very good. Get that anger.
Yeah. Actually, the last 2 times you said that, I would have, if I was in the center of a plane or something, I would have yelled out. And yeah, I felt like it didn't feel like a voice before, but yeah, the last 2 times it did. I would have yelled. I mean,
Right.
I'm not going to yell now, but I'll
Yeah.
wake up my house.
Yeah, I see. Yeah. So get this impulse to yell. Just get it as an impulse in your body somehow.
Yeah.
Right. And get this impulse to yell.
Yeah, it's still there. It's a little less, but it's still there.
All right. Get this impulse to yell.
Okay, I could talk it out calmly now. Yeah.
What's that?
I could be more calm about it now.
Yeah. Very good. So let's see if we can get the angle, the original angle there.
I would say it's about maybe a 4 now. It's still there a little bit, but it's decreased
Yeah.
some.
Good. So we'll get back to it then, but we'll go down the list here.
Okay.
We had this powerlessness. Do you get the powerlessness as a feeling?
It reduced some, I would say, just by doing the anger. I would say it's still maybe around a 5.
All right. Great. And get the powerlessness.
Interestingly, it is reducing, but something I'm noticing is that a part of me is comfortable with that, and it's embarrassing that a part of me is comfortable with that.
Yeah. All right. So if any thoughts or explanations come up, just let me know. I'll just stick to the powerlessness. So get this powerlessness.
Maybe a 2.
Maybe a 2. Wow. So let's move on here to, we had this, let's see, frustration. We had it up before, but
I definitely get that, yeah.
yeah. So can you still get the frustration?
Yes.
Good. And can you feel it somewhere in your system, body, and space?
Yeah,
Right.
in my chest. Yeah.
In the chest, yeah. So get this frustration.
Yeah, I would say maybe a 6 now, maybe.
All right. And get the frustration.
Yeah. Not really decreased, I would say. It's still there.
All right. Get the frustration.
I don't know how to describe what just happened. I saw, like, internally, completely internally, this is not an objective thing. There was a flash of light, but I still feel it. I still feel the frustration somewhat. Very fleeting, very quick flash of light, but maybe it might have decreased a little tiny bit, maybe to a 5, maybe. But I still feel it.
Interesting. So we'll keep working on it for a while. Get the frustration.
Maybe a 3 now.
Wow. And get the frustration.
I don't know why, but both my armpits kind of ache. I'm not sure
That's
why.
all right. No, that's amazing. Right. But you can still get the frustration. Good. Get the
Maybe a
frustration.
2.
A 2 only.
Yeah.
So we'll just take it one more time and
Okay.
in this round here. So get the frustration for this.
I would say it's decreased a little bit. I couldn't say how much. My armpits don't ache anymore. I'm beginning to get to the point where I have a memory, but it doesn't seem to have a charge.
Yeah. So is a definite memory coming up?
It's kind of hard to latch onto it.
Right. Because these feelings, they can be in many different memories. And so we're kind of taking what you know, you're putting a laser through the whole thing. So it's not one memory, it can be 10 different memories, and it's not worth chasing unless it kind of presents itself. So just so let's leave the frustration just for now. And we had this invalidation. Can you still contact the invalidation?
Yes, I can still. It feels like maybe a 5 right now. It's very, very primal, very juvenile. It's like, no, I'm not getting my way. It's very stubborn, very childlike. Yeah.
The stubborn invalid. Yeah. So get this stubborn invalidation.
Yeah, it feels at my heart. Um,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Get that stubborn invalidation.
yeah, it resolves with attention slowly. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Very good. And again, get this stubborn invalidation.
Yes.
Good.
Yeah, but it doesn't seem to. I definitely remember it, but it doesn't seem to have a charge. Yeah.
Great. So let's go through the list here as I have it. There was this anger at 11 originally. Can you still get this anger?
Well, I can remember it. It doesn't seem to have a charge right now.
Great. That's where we want to go. Then there was the anger when you left San Francisco, moved out.
And that still has a bit of a charge. I'm going to say maybe a 4 right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And I don't yet have the strong sense that it's resolving yet. Not yet.
Right. So we'll just address it, anger, leaving San Francisco. So get this anger.
Yeah, I had a internal sensation of yelling, and then it seems to maybe have decreased a little from that.
Mm-hmm.
Not necessarily a lot, but a little. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
still
get
have it
this.
a bit.
Okay. So get this impulse to yell.
Yeah.
Right. And get the anger.
Okay.
Very good.
Not so much of a charge, maybe even less than a 2, maybe.
Right. And that's the anger that reduced.
Yes.
Right. And this impulse to yell. It's that kind of, yeah.
Maybe a 3, maybe.
Yeah. So get this impulse to yell. Get the impulse and notice
No,
that.
I don't feel it anymore.
Great. All right. So the next one we had was frustration.
Well, it's intellectually, it's still very frustrating. I mean, I definitely have that memory, but it doesn't seem to have a charge right now.
Right. So that's how far we can take it, and that looks good from my perspective. And of course, the reality is a reality, and that may not be present, and that's just a fact sometimes. So anyway, we'll move on to the next one here, and that was powerlessness.
Just the memory. No charge. Yeah.
Wonderful. And then we had the invalidation.
A little bit of charge. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe a 4.
Maybe a 4 there. Right. So get this invalidation.
Okay. It's right in my throat.
It's right there. No. Indeed. Get this invalidation.
Okay. It's reduced. It's reduced a little. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And again, get this invalidation. See if there's any words coming from it. Can be very simple remarks like shit or damn or something like that.
The word that I would think of is again.
Again. All right. Yes. Right. So say this word again with some emotion there.
Again. Again.
And feel the emotion of it.
Again.
Go there and feel the emotion.
Again.
And feel the emotion of it.
Again.
All right. And feel the emotion.
Again.
And feel the emotion. Where is it?
Again.
Right. Can you feel the chart somewhere in the body, around the body?
Like feeling like yawning, maybe.
Yawning, yeah, that's what's common for reducing charge.
Yeah,
So,
I feel very relaxed now. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Okay, so I think we'll just do a little finishing routine here.
Okay.
So I'll just find kind of a pleasant counterpole here. So can you recall a time you moved on vacation?
I moved to go to vacation.
Yes.
Yes, I can recall that.
Good. And tell me just a few words.
Happy, excited.
Yeah. Can you recall a certain time you moved on a certain vacation?
Yeah, I'm gonna say the time I went to Mexico to visit my brother in 2019. It was a little sad because he had a very terminal cancer, but at the same time, it was the most beautiful time. It was beautiful to see where he had chosen to live and meet his family, and I'm so glad I went. And it was very relaxing, and the place was very idyllic, and a little tiny town in the mountains in Mexico, and it was really good to see, and I was very happy to go there. Yeah.
Wonderful. All right. So let's leave it at that. And so we just end off here. Is there something you want to say or ask yet before we end the session?
No, I can't think of anything. That I have a sense that quite a lot was accomplished there. I definitely appreciate systematically reviewing something that's been a big sticking point for me throughout my entire life. So it will be good to check in again and see how that goes.
All right, thank you. Anything else?
No, I think I'm good. Thanks.
All right, so end of session.
In deep subject clearing, we first picked the issue the client wanted to work on. We asked a series of open-ended questions. The open-ended questions helped the team find the charged feelings and other factors that were at the center of the subjective experience. Then we addressed these stress factors one by one with the techniques shown in this video. Let's look at some concrete issues. In this example, the issue is fear of cats. The open-ended questions uncover little by little the items shown. They are and taken up one by one. We take one element that seems frozen in time and release its frozen energy. Then we find and take up the next one. When all the items are discharged for energy and stuckness, the whole subject is released and cleaned up for reactive charge. My horrible school experiences are addressed the same way. Each of the open-ended questions may just release one or two elements to take up. Sometimes nothing new comes up and we move on to the next question. Fear of flying is an all too common issue. What makes it sticky are all these feelings and thoughts, etc., associated with the activity. The open-ended questions get all the hidden sources that contribute to the overall panic. One small piece at a time is found and taken up, and voila, the whole complex issue falls apart. Depression is also usually a complex issue. Using deep subject clearing, it is easy for the clearer to isolate all the small elements and discharge them one by one. Likewise, a burned-out feeling is a complex issue. You have probably heard 1,000 well-meaning advice how to cure it. Using the deep method in general, we just find all the small negative and subjective elements and release them one by one. At the end of the actions, the client will find new vitality and motivation to get on with his work job or mission.
For more information or service, contact abilityonegroup.eu, deepclearing.org, rolfdane.com,